Ladies and gentlemen, I'm back once again. I'm here to talk about WWE Smackdown. I'm here to break it all down, the top takeaways from WWE Smackdown. We're about to hop right on into this thing. Feel free to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to be notified of every video that I make. So, we're going to hop right on into it. 10 takeaways we have. Quick review, right into the point. So, the first takeaway I have is heel Shane McMahon. Shane came out to thunderous boos, crowd not feeling him whatsoever after attacking The Miz. He choked the ring announcer, told him to announce him as the best in the world, told him to mean it when he says it, and for the most part, this was a decent promo. He talked about beating The Miz and how he loved beating The Miz and how he would do it at WrestleMania. It was a decent enough promo. The thing is, I just have no interest in Shane McMahon in a wrestling ring, nor do I have interest in him at WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all. But the promo itself, I gotta give him an A. I don't know if I can give him an A plus on it, but I gotta give him an A on it. It was decent enough. I just have no interest in the match. My next takeaway is that we got a huge tag match. It was Aleister Black, Ricochet, and the Hardys versus The Bar, Rusev, and Nakamura. It was a very fun tag match. It didn't pick up until Matt Hardy got the hot tag. And we got the situation to where everybody got in a big move and the crowd was just into this. The match picked up heavily. It would end as the New Day would come down. And this leads to my next takeaway. A New Day takeover, hostile takeover. The New Day laid the beat down to everybody. They stood tall. They wanted Kofi Kingston's match, his WWE title match. And that would come into play later on in the night. So that was a very well done angle. You know, for quite some time now, I hadn't understood the whole Vince McMahon trying to screw Kofi over. Like, he never really had a reason to start to screw him over until now. Okay, I can get into it now that New Day has interrupted the program. So I enjoyed that very much. My next takeaway is a hot, burning hot promo. Randy Orton came down, and man, this was the promo of the night, the promo of the week. This is very interesting. Randy Orton came down and talked about how AJ Styles, when Randy Orton was in WWE, AJ Styles fight for $10 a night, shaking hands, and talked about how he was getting a tan with Dixie Carter, and Randy Orton was just going down all the former Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling. I mean, just going down everything. So that brought AJ Styles down. Talked about how Randy Orton had a rip-off diamond cutter and a stupid pose, and like they're just going at it. Randy Orton said he was the landlord and rent was due, you son of a gun. He didn't say that, but man, this was a heck of a promo. AJ Styles challenged him to a match at WrestleMania, and ultimately Randy Orton ran out. That's how the promo would end. Heck of a promo. For a match, I gotta tell you, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, for a match that I had made up my mind that I had no interest in, that promo got me. Like, that got me interested into the match. I want to see it now. That was a very interesting promo. They wasn't shooting out there. You could tell that they had, talked about this and they brought this up. But it brought a little bit of realism into the promo, so I can appreciate that. Well done. Next up, I got another Asuka convoluted win. And I got to say that this whole storyline with Asuka versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, I have not been interested in whatsoever. So we got Asuka versus Sonya Deville. The match only went for like a couple of minutes, and it would end as Mandy would accidentally trip up Sonya Deville. Asuka would lock on the Asuka lock for the finish. And two very non-pleasing finishes as it pertains to Asuka versus Mandy Rose and then Asuka versus Sonya Deville. I expected more out of this Asuka versus Sonya Deville match. If they would have gave it time, it would have been a heck of a match. But they didn't give it time, and it was more about Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose as opposed to Asuka. So I didn't like that in itself. We'll see how that all turns out with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. My next takeaway is Becky Lynch is back and the crutch is gone. So Becky Lynch came out And she talked about how she earned everything that she got. She deserves everything. How everybody was brave when she was away, but she's back now. And that brought out Charlotte. Also talked about, excuse me, how she got into Ronda Rousey's head. She calls her Ronnie. She got into her head, and how it's tough to get into somebody to play mind games with somebody that doesn't have a brain. That was a pretty funny line. I got to give her that. But Charlotte came out, talked about how she was on top for 4 years, and how Becky Lynch got a handout. And let me be honest, Becky Lynch did get a handout. I don't know why they didn't have Charlotte come out and talk about how Becky Lynch got a handout after the Royal Rumble. That makes no sense. They had her come out and say it last night. Becky Lynch did get a handout. No matter how she wants to spin it, she did. And overall, the promo would end as Becky Lynch would say that they don't need a queen. People need the man. And I got to say, I'm losing interest in this feud. Just honestly, I'm just not interested in this feud. Like, I'm going to take that back. I am still interested in this feud, but just not as much as when Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey was facing off the night after the Royal Rumble. That was insane. And, like, this feud is just going down and down and down. And I'm starting to lose interest in it week by week. So, moving on, my next takeaway is we have an iconic challenge. The Iconics challenged the Boston Hug Connection to a match. And I got to say, I am very excited. The Iconics deserve everything and more. Like, I cannot point to, I've been saying this for months now, I cannot point to a significant Iconics moment outside of them screwing Charlotte out of the title when they debuted. That's all I got. A very significant moment. And to be honest, I'm pulling for them to win at WrestleMania. You know, normally I would like for Bayley and Sasha to have a sustained run with the titles, but I thought the titles should have went on Iconics to start with a true blue tag team. So I'm hoping that they win the titles at WrestleMania. We'll see how it all turns out from here. So my next takeaway is a great tag match. Rey Mysterio and R-Truth versus Samoa Joe and Andrade Almas. Wait, he doesn't have a last name anymore. So Andrade. And I gotta say, they are kind of starting to burn it thin with these 4 guys in this United States Championship race. But I'm enjoying the heck out of the action. So I hope they keep it going. Like, this was a phenomenal match. Ultimately, it would end as Rey Mysterio would hit the 619 at 1238 on both guys, Andrade and Samoa Joe. Rey Mysterio would get a cradle on Samoa Joe, the U.S. champion, for the win. And that was quite the surprise. Rey Mysterio picks up the win. And it was a really good match for the time that it got. And I'm excited to see where this feud goes next. Many people had, just talking amongst us on Twitter, many people was looking for Samoa Joe's next opponent. Could it be John Cena? Who's it going to be? And, Rey Mysterio gets a pinfall on the champion. That normally puts you in line to get a title shot. So if I'm a betting man here, I'm thinking it's going to be some type of a multi-man match for the United States Championship. So next up, my next takeaway is Rowan and Bryan continues on their roll. And it was another tag match. Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan. I gotta say, it's very weird to see Kevin Owens as a face, because when he comes out, he just looks like a heel, and there are times in the match where he just takes on his heel persona of old. It's like Kevin Owens is supposed to be a face, but it's very weird at times, but it's something that I can buy. Kevin Owens as a rogue face, like I said a couple of weeks ago, it's strange, but I can buy it. I just need some time to get invested into it. So it was a decent match. Daniel Bryan and Mustafa Ali has phenomenal chemistry, and they showed it off last night. We got a really good match. I enjoyed it very much. It would end as Rowan would hit that face palm / choke slam on Mustafa Ali, and Daniel Bryan and Rowan would pick up the win. This moves on the storyline with Daniel Bryan as champion. How does Kevin Owens and Mustafa Ali factor into all of this? I have no idea how, but we shall see going forward. I'll be very interested to see how they play this all out. This is another case to where it would seem like it would be a multi-man match for the championship, but we'll see how this all turns out. And that leads me to my next point, Vince's unique opportunity. So Vince McMahon came out and talked about how he likes to give teachable moments, and he gave a teachable moment to the New Day and to all of the crowd. So this brought out the New Day, and this was serious New Day. It's like Nation of Domination New Day. Serious, not taking any games by any means necessary New Day. I loved it. And they talked about how they've been jumping through hoops with Vince McMahon. This was a fantastic promo. I loved every bit of it. They've been jumping through hoops with Vince McMahon. Kofi Kingston, how Kofi Kingston deserves that title match. Vince McMahon told him that no one deserves anything. And Vince McMahon doesn't deserve anything. And talked about how Daniel Bryan told Kofi Kingston that I told Vince McMahon that Kofi Kingston was a B-plus player. How about that? The callback to the WrestleMania 30 storyline where Triple H and Stephanie was calling Daniel Bryan a B-plus player. How about that for a story? And what hit me in the heart was when Kofi Kingston said that he grabbed the mic. Quiet Kofi Kingston grabs the mic and he said that you haven't given me a title shot. You haven't given someone like me a title shot. And I got this thing about WWE and Black World Champions and the main WWE Championship, and how we haven't seen the main. I'm talking about the title on Raw. Haven't seen anybody win that title since The Rock, and haven't had anybody win it before The Rock. And it's like, I've been thinking for quite some time, you got to be an all-time great to win that title. And he said, someone like me, it just hit me in the heart. Like, there's a lot of realism going on, a little bit of realism going on in this storyline. I'll just say that much. But Vince McMahon responded, said that this is what you have to do to earn a shot at the title, and Kofi Kingston will have to beat the odds. He will have to face a gauntlet to win. And it was quite crazy because Randy Orton came out and I was like, oh man, Randy Orton is here to kill another Kofi Kingston storyline. Then Joe came out and he had to face the Bar and Rowan as well. So Kofi Kingston will have to beat the gauntlet, which will be an awesome moment next week. I gotta say, it would end as the New Day would stand tall in this segment. We'll see how this turns out next week. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the main event. The crowd is going to be going crazy for Kofi. And you know what? This storyline is creeping up and up and up and up and up. And should it be the main event at WrestleMania? I'm going to get into that on the podcast this week. So that is my review for SmackDown. Let me know your thoughts overall, whether that's in the YouTube comments or on Twitter at 2SweetsPod or at OMG That's the number 2, SweetsPod, and at OMG Corey B.